time. The people out here are obviously great to play against, as you can see. I think that might be the fourth handshake between these two gentlemen this round. There's just a lot of respect between all the players, and Matt's going to get the game started aggressively with it almost looks like a red card to me, but that's what happens when you're colorblind.
Can't be blocked by creatures except.
All right. That's probably the Spire Tracer then, so I'll get you an exact line of text for him. Yep, that's who he is. Can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. So kind of a nod to an old card whose name is escaping me at the moment. Probably should have made sure I can remember him before I brought him up. But hidden evasion, so things like aerial predation aren't going to take this creature down despite the fact that he has their evasion. And Jason with a very strong start here, getting the Black-White Guildmage onto the board on turn 2. Another Boros Charm in his hand, and a Madcap Skills for that Guildmage. So Matt's going to hit for 1 and play a Krakanura, Croc of something, I can tell you that. And that's going to be just, I believe, a 1/3 right now, but with Evolve. He does have Reach, but it'll take him a little time to get bigger. Not sure how much time he has with the Madcap Skills about to hit the board for Jason, who's threatening a very, very quick life total swing as he's in there for 5 and drops Matt down to 15. So Madcap Skills does appear to be one of the most aggressive and powerful cards in the format to me at the moment, despite the fact that Matt's a little uniquely capable of dealing with enchantments, as it looks like he drew the Cipher spell that exiles a creature. So it looks like that Madcap Skills is going to fail to really get in all the work that Jason was hoping it would do. And really interesting to see how that Voidwalk is impacting Madcap Skills as a card directly in this first round. We'll have to see. It might be something I consider taking as a sideboard card, which, you know, that was a card I wasn't afraid to draft. Cipher leaves you a lot of inherent abilities, but looks like we're going to get an attack in here by Matt, and he's going to get in for 2, which will drop Jason down to 16. We'll get that life total adjusted for you. The Guildmage hits the board again for Jason. Matt wants to be a little on the aggressive side here. I think I might have left the Croc back to block here. But the High Priest hits the board for Jason. And I did see Matt has that the Dimir Mastermind again, which I will give you a quick update as to what exactly that card does, other than trade pretty poorly with a High Priest. So High Priest kind of reads a lot like unblockable 1/1 to me a lot of times, and it really this will probably be one of those cases as well. He's also a very good blocker. But the Mastermind has hexproof. Whenever a creature card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you may have it become a copy of that card. The only difference it has between that card and itself is that it retains its name. It's also legendary, and has hexproof and the ability to take over the next creature that hits the board. So Matt's going to get an attack in, play the Mastermind, and looks like he exiled the Kingpin's Pet. The Croc, I believe, has a power of 1. I will double check that for you, as we're trying to ensure that we have the correct life totals here. Certainly are no counters on it, so it's just a matter of what it comes with stock on the creature. It's a 1/3 stock. So, and the Mastermind, as it sits right now, I do believe is a 4/4. 3/3 actually. So Daring Skyjack hits the board for Jason. Really the battalion trigger here is, I think, the thing that the Boros decks want to play around. Legion Loyalist's probably most valuable ability is haste, not the fact that he has battalion, because haste creatures in this format, they have 7 minutes and 24 seconds left as the judge comes in to get a time update. Apologize for that. Another Sprite in hand for Matt. With the encoded spell on his guy as well. Trying to get an idea what that black spell is. Matt's been holding on for most of this game. Not sure what he's waiting to pull the trigger on. Oh yeah, Lord of the Void. So another mythic in Matt's hand here. Obviously he has to wait until he can hit 7 mana in order to play that guy, but when it deals combat damage to a player, you exile the top 7 cards of that player's library, put a creature card from among them into the battlefield under your control. So there's a little bit of power behind punching through with that 7/7 flyer, in addition to the 7 damage that you deal. And not sure, it looks like an artifact certainly that Jason added to his board last turn. Yep, the Boros Key Rune. So it was likely an extort trigger there. Did we get that in? Can you get a life total check for us? We're going to update the life totals here, make sure we are correct. All right, well, our life total was correct. Leland Bliss operating the controls here today, doing a good job keeping us up to date.
I'm going to find someone to
I believe we're on Matt's turn right now. He just played the sprite. Nothing out there to get an evolve trigger, so his life total will stay the same here at this point. Really surprisingly, 0 evolve, or I'm sorry, extort permanents on the board at this time.
Thank God.
Giving the coverage team a little bit of a chance to breathe here. And looks like we had a Guild Mage activation. Yeah, I gave the 1/1 lifelink. And now Matt's taking his turn. Just 1 mana away from being able to play that legendary creature. Definitely will have a big impact on this board. Do a pretty good job of clogging things up. Although I will say, still really no answer for the High Priest. But if he's able to start trading creatures here with Jason, he'll be pretty effective, I think, using that Mastermind and creating some added problems for Jason to deal with as he starts to have to face down his own set of creatures. What did Matt do with that 1 mana? Did he...
Oh, he pumped.
Oh, okay. Is this anything down here underneath our timer?
Probably something relevant.
Yeah, Key Rune or a Prism. It definitely is an artifact. So that I played a Prophetic Prism earlier. It's just hiding a little bit by the round timer as he attacks with the guy flying. But the second Skyjack here is going to mean quite a bit of damage for Matt. I haven't been able to get a good peek at Jason's hand to know if he picked up one of his 2